TV, good evening. It's 9:30 East Coast time. It is time for Del Duduit, who is standing by in our green room with lots of good news to share with us. We are running our bumper, we're streaming, recording, and all that. What we'll do now is start a countdown to Studio 33 Alpha. Well, there you have the countdown to Studio 33 Alpha, and I have neglected something that I will try to fix as we speak, because Del Didway is standing by, and before he notices anything's wrong, I'm going to put his book up here, which will be released on March the 22nd. I bet he'll have more to say about that. Yeah. Del, I have been eager to, more than usual, to have a chat with you tonight. I, first of all, am very proud of you. I want to say that because I also need to say I'm jealous, I'm envious. You have been treated like a king the past week.
Yeah, my wife's been doing a really better job at that, so that's been awesome.
You dog. You dog. Outside of the home, I should clarify.
Oh, okay, yeah. Be more specific on that. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've been, on the road and in the air and everything. So we've been having a good time last few weeks with the playoffs. So, going to get even more exciting. So we're looking forward to what's down the road.
Del, every time I saw on Facebook, there was this luxurious platter, entree of food. Is all of that complimentary? Is that hospitality, or are you just indulging while you're out of town, living the good life?
No, that's all included. That's part. I guess they treat us like that. We don't. It's complimentary. It's hospitality that the teams show, and because we're up there working, it's not just watching a ball game. We're working, so they make sure we're fed right well. And when we went to Nashville, it was really good. They had a nice filet mignon and some barbecue chicken and some carrots, and they have that for you throughout the, you get there early. There's typically a breakfast, and then they have a little lunch for you and snacks afterwards. So it's all because we're there. Like on Sunday, I got to the stadium in Kansas City. The game was at 2:00 Central Time, or Elvis time, as I call it, and I got there about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And they have things for you there because you put in a full day, and so they take care of you. So,
well, and you're inside. I don't know how cold it was, but there've been some pretty cold ball games passed during the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are, but yeah, we're inside. It's climate controlled. It's comfortable. It's 72, something like that. So it's nice. We're not outside in the elements, whether it's nice or cold. We're not.
It's not like high school football, is it?
No. No, we have to battle those conditions there. You're in a booth, but typically the window's open.
Well, but Del, let me tell you about the camera crew, because that's where I was.
Yeah.
They're on top of that roof, and when it rains, we still film the ball game.
Yeah, no, I did my first broadcast on top of a roof in Ironton, and it just came a downpour, and we were sitting there trying to broadcast the game live on air. Halftime we just said, let's just get out of here. This is ridiculous. So we left. I mean, we were soaked. The equipment was shorting out on us. We just said, let's go. Yeah. So I've been there too. It's not much fun, but no, in these conditions, we're inside, and we have a great view, and we have we don't hear anything outside, not much. So we have a guy telling us what's going on. We can see it, but we have camera. We have TVs everywhere as well to watch, and then we have you can get up and walk around and grab some popcorn, grab some pretzels, grab some creme brulee or whatever we want there, and all the drinks we want. So it's nice. It's I guess the perk, because sports writing doesn't pay a lot of money, so that's the perks that everybody likes. The free access.
Del, you've watched some very well trained athletes. I think you're going to probably need to go to the gym after some of the stuff I've seen on your plate.
I went tonight, actually, so went a little bit ago. So no, we don't overdo it, but Kansas City was one of the better press boxes I've ever been in, and they take everybody. Everybody was hospitable. I mean, that's not the case everywhere, but we're extremely friendly people up in the booth, and helpful and conversational, and I guess Southern hospitality.
Well,
Even though
Dale,
it's not Southern, it's the West.
I did not actually watch the game. I was on
Mhm.
Facebook, and I was
Yeah.
watching your post, so I didn't feel like I had to. Actually,
Exactly.
but I
Mhm.
did see a portion of it, and I want
Yeah.
to give credit where credit is due. The national anthem was well done.
It was spectacular. We had a great, obviously a great view of that. If you saw my picture I posted, and then we actually, for the first time, I actually saw a flyover,
Flyover.
because normally we don't. Yeah, it was nice. Thunderbolts had four jets that flew over, and typically when there's a flyover, we don't see it because they go over top of us. We don't, and we can't see
Hmm.
out. Like at the Indy 500, they always have a spectacular flyover, and we never see it because they fly over top of where we're at. So we hear it, but we can never see it. But we actually saw this one because we had a great, that press box is so well done, and it's all, upstairs is all glass, so we can see everywhere. So it's awesome.
The formation of that flyover was what they called the finger four.
Yeah, it's a four.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a finger four. They're staggered
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
same manner your four fingers are. There
Yeah.
is some technical military strategy reason that was
Hmm.
developed during World War II, I believe.
Hmm.
But there's some good reason for it. Question: how
Hmm.
many people? How crowded is it in that press box? Is it mayhem up there like the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, or do you have a reasonable privacy, or not really
No, we don't have
privacy, but you
privacy,
have a
but it's
little
very.
room, you know?
Well, no, it was packed, but everybody's professional. Everybody helps everybody. We're not allowed to cheer and root. We
Hmm.
have to be quiet because
Yeah.
you're up there working. And so I even videotaped that field goal. I'm up there taping it, and even when it was good, I'm around mostly. I was seated mostly with Bengal reporters, Cincinnati reporters,
Hmm.
and nobody cheered. That
Right.
you're not allowed. You're not supposed to. You're there covering your objective, and you're there covering the game. So if you hoot and holler, you could be escorted out or told to leave, or your credentials could be taken away. So it's a very professional environment. We have a good time. We don't sit there and be quiet. We talk, we have fun, and we joke around a
Hmm.
lot. But it's strictly professional. We don't get into cheering and things like that. So
Well, I know one time, Dell, I was covering the game for radio from the sidelines,
yeah.
and of course, I was allowed, anywhere on the sideline. And I remember because I got kicked off the sideline. They didn't throw me out of the field, but I got kicked off because I did get excited. There was a fumble right in front of me.
Hmm.
So I'm announcing fumble, fumble, but my
Yeah.
voice had gone up, and the referee, you know,
Yeah.
threw a flag, and they said, "You're coaching." I
Yeah.
thought, well, I just got carried away, but
Yeah.
I
Hey.
know it's tough. I would work on the chain gang,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
you're on the opposing team's sideline, and you just had to be very careful what you would, you just kind of show some professional
Yeah.
restraint.
Right.
But I used to gather a lot of good intel over there, Dale,
Yeah.
and at halftime, when all the referees are getting hamburgers, I'm going to the head coach of our team, telling him all that I had heard and seen on the other team's
Mm.
sideline. So it's called home field
Now there is
advantage. It's
some.
called.
Yeah. There is some not cheering, but like if I was at the I can remember the Vikings. They have their staff, some of their coaching staff and stuff up there with us, and they get a little carried away sometimes. But
Yeah.
but that's okay. But as far as the folks covering the games,
Hmm.
we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be professional, and everybody is. Everybody's a lot of the folks behind us wanted to shout and cheer, but they have a job to do, and you can't get carried away in it. So
Well,
unlike we were talking about Andy Reid's colossal blunder there right before halftime as far as coaching decisions, and you got folks, and you could talk about that. That
mhm.
was a terrible call, or terrible coaching decision he made, and so we can talk about that, and that's fine. But we don't cheer and we don't root it for.
Mhm. from what I could tell, that's the kind of game a playoff should be. It stayed close. You weren't sure, and
Well, yeah,
neither team just I think I did watch the opening a couple of series. I was at a well at a bar, a sports bar, and
yeah,
it appeared Kansas City. I mean, Cincinnati went out there 3-and-out. Kansas City
yep.
marched out, and I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah,
But
it was 21-3 at one point. In fact, I mentioned my wife earlier. I have to actually credit her because I was sitting next to my friend John, who was covering the
mhm.
game, and I had a flight early the next morning, and I'm thinking, you know what, I could get out of here now, and I could. And I even called the airline. I said, "Do you have anything, about 7 o'clock?" They said, and so I called my wife. I said, "Hey, I can jump on this flight here in about 3 hours. My friend will run me there." And she says, "Don't give up on them." I said, I'm not giving up on them. I'm just looking at it. They're getting their butts kicked. And then John tells me next to him, he says, "Hey, let's see what happens on this next drive." And then Cincinnati scored a touchdown. And I said, "All right, right." And so, but ironically, that game, the last time they played Kansas City in Cincinnati, there was a halftime deficit. Kansas City was up by 11.
Mm,
This game, they were up by 11
mm,
at halftime. The first game in the second half, Kansas City scored 3 points. The Bengals came back and won. This game, Kansas City scored 3 points in the second half.
mhm,
Cincinnati won. A lot of irony there. A
mhm.
lot of things happened. So adjustments were made, and folks stayed in the game and kept after it. So it was a great comeback. You know.
Mhm.
But again, Joe Burrow quoted something I felt. I mean, I felt that call right before halftime changed momentum, and it really did, truly did. One play can change the entire momentum. And when Coach Reed opted to go for the touchdown and go for the jugular at the goal line with 5 seconds to go, he's up 21-10, right? And he's won a Super Bowl. He's a good coach. Says, "Hey, let's go for the touchdown."
Mhm.
And in playoff games, I don't play. I'm no expert, but in covering it in playoff games, it's not about emotion. You can't get caught up in
Mhm.
emotion.
Right.
It's get the points. And he could have went up 24-10 at that point instead of Cincinnati stuffed them,
Mhm.
and they got the momentum, and they came
Mhm.
back and they kicked their butt the second half. So
Well,
that call was not a good. Had they scored, yeah, it was
as
still a bad call. It was still a
well,
bad call.
something that may have influenced his mind is Kansas City would be receiving the kickoff in the second
Yeah.
half. So
Plus, plus the quarterback Mahomes, like every athlete, and we heard this played over after the game. We went over to Coach Reed and says, "Give me the ball, I can do it." And what quarterback's not going to say that? They
well,
all want the ball,
well,
right?
in a very famous game, the Ice Bowl, Bart Starr
Mhm.
made that
Yes.
decision on the field.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know, and he did the quarterback sneak. I know,
yeah,
yeah,
and won the game.
won the game. Mahomes goes over and says, "Give me the ball, I can do this." And oh, sure. And even if he had scored, it was still the wrong call.
Yeah. Well,
You
I agree.
go, you get
Now
the sure points.
how about this one, Dell? Let's say that you kick a field goal
Mhm.
and it's good, but there's a penalty that gives you a first down. What do you do?
Well, 5 seconds left. You kick the field goal.
Well, no, in
There's no
general,
time.
in general, you kicked a field goal. It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
However, there's a penalty on the defense, and the result of the penalty would give you a first down.
Take the points.
Don't take points off the board.
Right, you take the points.
Do
Exactly.
not take
So-
points off the board. It is
And he
bad
did that.
luck. It's a bad omen. Okay.
And he opted to do that, and it was the wrong decision. And the second half,
Well,
Cincinnati
it's based on the way it turned out. If he would have got it, he'd have been a hero. But I
was
agree
still the
with
wrong
you.
decision,
In a
yeah.
playoff game, it's not.
But I don't remember Coach Reed calling me up in the press box to ask me my opinion. I would have told him kick the field goal.
Okay. Well, if you know.
That whatever.
Okay, I could
Yeah.
talk about football all night.
Mhm.
I really, you're the best,
Yeah.
Dell, and I'm so happy for you. I rejoice, Dell, that you. So, what's the chances that you will be going to the Super Bowl?
About 100.
About 100. Not your first Super
Yeah.
Bowl, though.
No, but we got our credentials notification. We made our airline reservations, or we booked our hotel and everything. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll be going out there.
Dale,
Yeah,
I'm just so happy for
and
you.
that's going to be a whirlwind because obviously the same weekend is the CPE show in North Carolina at Concord, which I'm obligated to be at. Um, but
Mm,
what's going to happen there is on Sunday the show doesn't start till Monday, but on Sunday night they have the personality party and they have a lot
hmm.
of little. They're going to have a
Yeah.
big Super Bowl party and things like that.
Hmm.
So there's some activities that's more casual. There's typically a
Hmm.
speaker and
Yeah.
the last two or three Angie and I have watched. They give you a sneak preview premieres of movies that'll be out later, so we typically watch those. But there'll be a Super Bowl party that night, so we were on the phone today with Billy Giles and her husband Dave, and they're going to be there. But
Hmm.
um, Michelle and I were supposed to sign the Indiana book. She's going to still do that alone. I think she can make it. I think she can handle it on
I'm
her
pretty
own
sure she can.
without me.
She's done one of those before, didn't she?
Yeah, a
And
couple
yeah.
of them.
Hmm.
So Angie's going to go down. My wife's going to go down on Sunday, take the
Hmm.
books with her,
Okay.
and help Victoria Duerstock with the
Oh,
with the booth, help her with the booth because I was only supposed to do the help her set up the booth. Michelle will help her, Victoria help her, and then after the game. I'm going straight to the airport and hopping on a red eye and landing in Charlotte at 10 a.m.
mhm.
And Angie will pick me up at the Charlotte airport and then go over to do my book signings. So it'll be kind
Speaking
of
of Victoria Duerstock,
yeah, end game. That's awesome.
she's got an incredible stable of ponies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, she's got some good workhorses there. So she's doing some exciting things, and people are excited about it. And she's doing it right. I mean, she's been out there for about a year now. Now she's starting to form a team,
Hmm.
and she's doing a good job. She's making a lot of waves out there, and people are taking notes. So we're excited about that. Excited to be a part of it, and looking for exciting things to happen with her. Because I told her I'm going to call her tomorrow and say, hey, I'm going to be a little late. I'm going to be a day late, but it's for good reason, you know. So I'm supposed to have a radio interview at 10. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to reschedule it and hopefully make the book signing at 11. We'll see, 11-ish. So, but yeah, I'm going to be. I hope I sleep some. I typically don't sleep on flights, but I'll be getting in. I'll take it, fly all night, get into North Carolina, go to the show.
There you go. Well,
I hope.
Dale, this is going to be a tough week, as you said. You're going to feel like you're in a blender, I think, this weekend and the week
Well,
following.
it'll be next weekend. Yeah, this weekend I'm not going to do anything. So,
Right.
I've got to work on a book. I got to work on a manuscript that Bethany and Andy and I are writing.
Yeah, you need to write a
So,
bock. I mean, yeah, because
yeah,
you don't have any. You know.
we're excited about this. We're getting excited about the Florida State rivalry books coming out.
Yeah.
I have the sports shorts be out March 22nd. I'm supposed to get my copies really soon, and I'm looking forward to that. Get my first children's book, and then I'm excited about that. Again, the cover's a great cover, but it has a baseball player. It's baseball and football players combined. So we thought that cover was better. There were some that had both. It was a little convoluted, a little confusing. So we just kept with that one.
Now, this is not a sequel to
No,
some of your earlier work because this is targeted at a different age group.
yeah, younger kids, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish, that area. And it's not even the same format, but it's a lot of the same interviews,
Hmm.
different spin on it, to help the kids, be inspired and encouraged by some of the players that they admire, or hopefully they admire. And if they don't, maybe they will. But a few big names, some, not as much well-known names, but still, they're in professional sports, and they're all either MLB players or coaches, or NFL players or coaches.
And that will be out March 22nd. Hopefully,
March
there'll
22nd.
be here lately. I've heard story after story, and you have been the source of one of them. But I'm working with another author who pre-orders were supposed to be available yesterday, but on Amazon they could only get the Kindle because something's gone wrong with the supply chain.
Yeah, supply chain. I
Yeah.
posted that today. Actually, I was at Kroger's, and empty shelf after empty shelf,
Yeah.
and I didn't get political, but I said, remember this scene when you come November.
Well,
It was.
Dale, what you failed to realize, I saw that post and I took great interest in it.
Mhm.
It said bananas 69 cents a pound.
I didn't see that. I didn't see
Dell,
any bananas. So
banana. Well, the reason you didn't see any bananas is bananas are about $1 a pound.
Yep.
So they were on sale. See, so it's really just normal. It's the
No.
new normal.
Yeah, right. No, that wasn't the only thing missing from the shelves. Trust me, we have an incompetent socialist in office, and so when it comes around November, Republican, Democrat, Independent, just think who's done
Are you
this?
better off? Yeah. Are you better
Yeah.
off?
No, Reagan's great debate quote: "Are you better off 4 years ago?" So I just ask people to remember what's going on. Remember, every time you go to the gas pumps, what we were paying 2 years ago. We was paying $1.95 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and had plenty of bananas to choose from. So
Yeah. You could have any color banana
anything
you
you
wanted.
want, yeah. So
Well, Dell, I was actually doing some work over the weekend. Somebody kind of got desperate, I guess, and called me into work Saturday.
yeah,
And I had to burn quite a bit of gas to get to the location of that work. But when I was driving home, I was thinking about you and some of our PJNet friends up north. Dell, it was 23 degrees in Florida.
where? Oh no, you guys
On
panicked?
I-10. On I-10. The highest it got it was about a 2.5 hour drive home. The highest it got was 25.
I wish it was 25 here.
Above zero. I mean, it was
Yeah. Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so
Fahrenheit.
I was checking the forecast out in LA, and it's going to be like 84, and
Hey.
75. So it'll be nice. So
Yeah, we're going to be high
Kansas-
60s this week.
Kansas City was really comfortable. That was a great atmosphere. It was great weather. It was in the low 60s, high 50s, and very comfortable. You could walk around and not sweat, and you didn't need a big coat. So it was very comfortable weather conditions out in Kansas City. But great barbecue too. It's the first time I had really spent some time there, and was recommended. There were 3 restaurants to barbecue recommended, and I got to one of them, and it was really fantastic. It's big as everybody makes barbecue. This was a big difference in the quality and the taste. I went to Jack Stack, and it was really good. It was awesome.
Well, Dale, the next time we convene here at PJNet, the Super Bowl will be behind us. And
I hope to be home. I may have to say. We'll
yeah.
be either on the road or home, or we're leaving sometime Tuesday. So I don't know what's going on with that one. So
Well, we'll keep the light on for you, and if we have to put it off, we'll reschedule. But let us know. But Dale, thank you for it's great to know somebody so much on the inside of what is happening out there in the world, and I'm proud. I just can't say enough, Dale. I'm happy for you. I'm just so jealous. I'm just so jealous. I would love to be in the middle of that.
Well, you're a man of resources, so you just need $6,000 to buy a ticket.
Yeah. Oh, there's actually some end zone seats for like $3,800.
Well, yeah. But, hey, jump on that. Fire up the PJ copter and get out there.
Right, yeah, we'll copy some money or something. But Dale, thanks for sharing your experience with us. We're proud of you, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I appreciate everybody being out there, and Ben had a great show. I was able to catch about half of it, so it was great.
He's awesome. We appreciate
Trivia.
Yep. We appreciate you, Dale. Well, there you go. Hey, how you like that view? Huh? That's our new camera here at the PJNet Eagle's Nest broadcast facilities, from which this program originates. Well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight, but we will be back tomorrow night. In fact, go to pjnet.tv, and you'll find a link there to our schedule. And our producer, Barbara Byers, has been furiously scheduling events last night. And what a wonderful producer she is. In fact, speaking of producer, hopefully she will put the YouTube link to this live program in our chat room. So when you see that link, please click on it and give this video on YouTube a like, make a comment on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's help our guests get more views by priming the pump of that Google algorithm that drives this whole thing sometimes. So, well, I've got a lot of work to do tonight. I really enjoy the time that we get to spend together here, and you all are the warmest, most hospitable family on the internet, and I am so glad to be associated with that, and to have a team like this out there just advancing the kingdom of Christ at every opportunity. So before I leave, I always challenge myself and anybody that will listen to ask themselves these two questions. What is the boldest thing that you've ever done for Jesus Christ? And the other question is, when was that? Let's not be satisfied with either answer.